Hello everybody and welcome to the Genshin live stream. How are you doing this wonderful Monday? Hello Hexenzirkel gamer. I hope you're having a great day. I'll be coming better as you go into my live stream. Okay, finally another day of Genshin. We have a lot to do actually. Mostly. This event, wait, only 2 weeks left? This just begun! Why is there only 2 weeks left on this? Oh my god. And apparently this is like weekly or something. Like it's not 7 days after I've done the first one. Is the Gamba Day? Yes. I thought this would like I would do one room and then the next one would unlock 7 days later, just like with Columbina. But no, I can already do the next one, even though I cleared the last room on Saturday. I'm not sure if it's like every other day or every Monday. And I'm confused. So, will I get any billets? And this time it's really 3 bosses, not just 2. This time the Gamba is not disadvantageous to the believers. The believers won anyways last time though. Okay, so first let's do some dailies. Yeah, we'll do all of our daily tasks. When it comes to spending resin, I need to be careful. Hello Hizuka, next patch is gonna milk you dry. For me it's kinda dispatch. Although yeah, Sandrona looks very cool as well. But here I love Nicole. I'm still in the process of pulling on the banner. We have C0 Nicole and C5 Prune. I do want to pull until I get C6 Prune at the very least. And then might as well get the C1. I would probably rather get the C1 than the weapon. The weapon banner is like not the best. I already have Durin Sig. If I didn't have Durin Sig, I would be super happy to pull here, but I already have it. And the fortars are very unimpressive as well. If it had like Fruitful Hook, maybe I would be tempted. Yes, Androna is next patch. That is official info. We already got the drip marketing today. And JSC1 is better than the weapon anyways. I could also just like not get any cons, leave her C0 R0. I do have my Durin at C2 R1. So I don't really need any extra investment. But I do really like Nicole. And yeah, when Lochen comes out, I'm definitely getting C0 R1 on him. Or actually, what is gonna be the rerun next half? Oh, Mavuika, right? I'm not even thinking about C6s. It's like C2. C2 tops. The teams will slap even at C0. I'm a big Durin fan, so like the Durin Nicole synergy is very strong. Any team with Durin Nicole is very powerful. I'm always gonna have a team for Nicole anyway, so I don't really mind her not working that well with Mavuika. Maybe it's even a good thing for me actually. Oh, we can do this. Yoink. But yeah, also I'm quite a big Kinich fan. I do have the C1 on him. Yeah, got the Varka. Accidental R2. And then I'm quite hyped for the Lochen meld Durin teams. So I have plenty of characters to use Nicole with. Oh, didn't get the thing. The shield is also lovely. Don't have to worry about burning grass anymore in the overworld. Your Nicole opens level 1, you run out of Mora. That's rough. If you are short on Mora, maybe you should have considered playing a 4-star you already have leveled. What are the best teammates for Sandrona? I think like Yae Chichi? And Nicole maybe? I'm not sure yet.
拒絶みんなには内緒よ
But her real teammates are not out yet. She's gonna be like Inefa. Right, when Inefa came out, you could ask yourself, okay, what do I play her with? It was kinda difficult to like find decent characters for her teams. She was fine with like Varessa
退却
and Chlorine and the like, or Nuvilet. But she didn't really have any premium teams, she was just useful against the Cactus because it was Electrocharged Shield. But then we got Flins, then we got Columbina, and yeah, Columbina Inefa became one of the best duos in the game. Yeah, GG Escoffier, yeah. Escoffier only with triple cryo. Still probably the best bet, because there is just not much synergy to be had. GG is gonna be amazing. After the buffs. She's gonna be a legit option just in any team that wouldn't mind some like cryo particles and needs a sustain. Citrali doesn't give cryo shred, so it's pretty scuffed. Citrali could work in a stellar superconduct team with an electro DPS, but with a cryo DPS not so much. Why not Fischl? She doesn't really do much. Like, sure, it's Fischl. She has some damage, but even if you had 2 lunar characters, which you can't really fit anyways, but even if you had 2 lunar characters, the buffs Fischl gives just wouldn't really work because you need Overload or Electrocharged. So yeah, she's just not doing anything really. If you have Yae, she's gonna be much better with her new stellar buffs.
星と深夜
But I guess if you don't own Yae, Fischl won't be like the worst option. You do need an electro character in your team. It is mandatory. I mean, it's not that the skill can be used more often, it's you actually don't need to use the skill as often. The buff there are 2 buffs to Yae, like when it comes to usability. She also got like numbers in her kit, like more damage and she can buff stellar damage. Maybe it's C1 only? Either way, you can pick the C1 from the selector. But for her like usability, her turret duration got increased by a lot. So you can actually like, if you set up your turrets, do an entire rotation, the turrets will still be there when you switch back to Yae. And then her burst, I'm pretty sure, doesn't delete the turrets anymore. These 2 buffs together don't really matter that much. Like, one of them would have been good enough. But like, you can set up 3 turrets, burst, and then just like switch out, right? Or you can set up 3 turrets, switch out, and then when you switch Yae back in for the setup for the next rotation, the turrets are still there, so you can burst first and then just set up 3 again. No, what do you mean never need to press the skill again? You press the skill. No, they last for like 24 seconds, I'm pretty sure. It's plus 10 seconds to whatever she has right now. That's not 3 rotations. There aren't teams with 8-second rotations. Yeah, the duration is 14 seconds and it's going up to 24. I mean, maybe Sandrone can do like some very short rotations, because Sandrone is kind of like Nuvilet, not only in terms of animations, but also she just like chartax and then can like skill. Sandrone's skill is like 4-second cooldown, and you do some char attacks and then skill and then some char attacks and then skill and some char attacks, you can just stay on field kinda indefinitely. So you can be very flexible with your rotations, so I guess. But like, why would you stay on field for like why would you switch back to Yae? Because a rotation would entail going through your team, no? Why would you switch back to Yae after 8 seconds? Is the thing. Maybe you can refresh your swirl, right? In the middle. Do 2 char attacks, swirl again, do 2 char attacks, if you have an Anemo character or something. But yeah, I can't really see doing 3 rotations in 24 seconds otherwise. Interruption resistance. I don't know how that situation works. I mean, if it's not on cons, it's gotta be base kit then. Because if it wasn't in base kit, it would be on constellations. So we need to be careful with the resin, because we need to have max resin for Wednesday, for the Stygian, right? So, but yeah, so far Sandrone's cons look kinda absolute garbage. her cons are some of the worst ones in recent history. Although they did get buffed a bit, but she mostly got like base kit buffs. The cons are still kinda terrible, from what I have seen. Cryo Archon support. No, she's an on-fielder. I guess she could be used in like a quick swappy team, but not really. And her cons will not help, whether she is a sub DPS or a main DPS. But she's an on-fielder. If anything, the Cryarchon would be the support in that case. Maybe we'll get like the not Cry repeat again. Would be kinda lame though. If we just got like 3 DPSs again and then the Cryarchon supports them all. So yeah, so resin, right? I will spend 90 for the bosses. We'll have 90 resin left. So I'll have 110. I'll have 110 like space left. Which is times 8 minutes, 880 minutes, which is 14.6 hours. I need... Because it's gonna be Wednesday when the Stygian opens. I want to have max resin when the Stygian opens so they can use it all on the Stygian ley lines for the extra artifact efficiency, right? So 14.6 hours would mean like 10 AM tomorrow. I kinda need 180 more for an entire day. So I can spend everything I have here. Safely. Yeah, we can spend everything. And that will be okay. Where do we stand with Nicole? I need one more clear of the boss. Because I'm 1 mat away. How did that happen? But yeah, this is 32 and then 8 more. Or no, wait. No, I'm 3 away, not 1 away. Oh, that's good then. That's good. That's perfect. I'm 1 clear away, not 1 mat away. Hey, you do get a bunch of condensed resin from the BP. Although that's not really relevant for the aspect of saving as much resin as possible. I mean, I am saving the fragiles, but saving the fragiles is like simple, right? You just don't open them, that's the only thing you do. But if you want to save regular resin for Wednesday, you have to be careful not to overcap, because if I overcap then it's a bigger waste than gain, right? Saving treasures is a bit more involved, because you need to make sure you don't claim them too early. We have 2 and I can buy 3 right now from Tabby. One is from the theater. I did not claim the theater resin until it could last me until Stygian. You can just claim it later and it doesn't disappear. You can claim it at the very end of the month, even if you clear theater day 1. Okay, switch here for friendship. Not good enough on a bad set. You fight him with Yula. Respect. Hello, Xnay. Last time I had to play Yula in Imaginarium Theater, I'm still scarred to this day from that experience. I just believe that you can get all the points. Because that sadly, for me, to be honest, I mean, my heart goes out to all the Yula mains, but for me it's a good thing that physical is dead. Physical is just the least interesting. It's not even an element. It's not the least interesting element because it's not even an element. Genshin is a game all about the elements, both lore-wise and also like gameplay-wise. So an element that's like elementless is just lame to begin with. Like it's flawed at a fundamental level. It was kind of always supposed to be just a like you are doing things wrong kind of thingy, right? Like, oh, you don't have your infusion, so you deal physical damage and it's bad. They did try to make a couple physical damage characters against their best judgment, but they quickly realized that, yeah, physical is actually not a good idea. So, I don't have a problem with physical being there. They should do something about Yula, but it's kind of rough because some people think that being physical is part of Yula's identity. They should just make all of her kit cryo and then you can like melt her cryo burst and that's gonna be cool. Or maybe not like all of her kit cryo, because then just make it so that reacting the burst is actually the thing that deals damage, not her basics. Make the entire burst cryo, right? Yeah, the entire burst explosion being cryo, so that you can melt it for big dips, would be more in line with. Genshin design principles. Cryo infusion would be worse. Like if they if they would make her a stellar superconduct character or something, that's I guess okay. But I feel like preserving more of this big burst identity would be cooler. Now you could have a cryo infusion on the basics and still make the burst cryo so that you can melt it, but if you have cryo basics, she could have too much cryo application at that point. And we did get a good off-field pyro applier in Durin, but he's specifically designed to not work for on-field cryo units that want to melt. If you are on-fielding a cryo, you want to make Durin melt. Because Durin shreds everything except for cryo and hydro. Durin is like specifically almost has an invisible line in his kit. Do not make on-fielders melt all vape. Aloy. I mean, Aloy has a cryo infusion, but it just doesn't work half the time. She has a bit of a reliability problem. Okay, so my Nicole is now ready except for the plants. We have exactly 40 mats. And then when it comes to prune... Yeah, we need quite a few more, so let's just go and use that. Thank you very much, Hisuku Sky, for the follow. I really appreciate it. I need to do something so that the text on the follow message is not cut off. I'm not sure why it's cut off. It didn't used to be like that. Something happened. The stellar superconduct would be a very nice way to revitalize Aloy if they had any interest in that, but they don't. Aloy is supposed to stay dead. Oh, why did he take 0 damage? Because if they just made it so that Aloy's infusion actually works when she presses E, and not like half the time it doesn't, and just make her numbers a bit bigger, she would actually be a fairly engaging stellar superconduct character. But yeah, that's not what she's supposed to be, right? She's just supposed to be an oddity, like a little curio. That you can maybe play in like the first stage of theater sometimes. What? Said tomorrow, it was 4 days ago. What do you mean? Okay, let's pay a visit to my teapot. Oh, there's nothing here. Usually when I go into my teapot, it will say like plants are ready or furniture is ready. Nothing here though. We do need to... I forgot to do this last week. It's not a big deal though. We'll just finish the BP a tiny bit later. Okay, I suppose that the Colombian leaderboard will be in 24 hours and it's not. Also, 4 days ago, they posted that would be up tomorrow, and then it has been 4 days and it's not here yet. Is that what you mean? I thought you meant that it was supposed to be tomorrow, but it was released 4 days ago. And I'm like, what? How would that work? But yeah, now I understand. Now it's fine. Okay, let's make some... Wait, why do I have 9 of these crafted? Let's make some spicy chicken. Let's cook the Duolingo owl. Actually, I want to see... Hutaos. Sassy fowl, let's go. Fried chicken wrapped in a crispy green skin, but before you can even taste the fried chicken, the preponderance of spices already has you choking up. You plan to study after this filling meal, but it seems a glass of water is in order first. Which is kinda crazy that... they still haven't made a Colombian leaderboard all this, after all this time. When she's like... an Archon pretty much, marketing-wise. Considering the chicken, yeah, because that's the Duolingo owl. We like cut it up and cooked it. This is the Duolingo collab meal. That's why it's green. They tell you it's the spices, but no. Bum bum. Nothing really worth creating. I could make... Wait, what was this? Walkway thingy? I just saw... Man, I lost it. Well, whatever. We don't really need to craft anything right now. There's no Duolingo for that, it's already gone. The collab is done. I'm pretty sure you cannot get this anymore. Maybe the code could still work if you could get the code from somebody, but probably that's not a thing either. You still main Raiden. You play Eula and Raiden. A true soldier. I haven't touched either of them in a while, outside of like theater. And if I play Raiden, it's full EM Hyperbloom Raiden. The full disrespect. Yeah, I don't let him in Wanderer, very nice. I like Wanderer as well. Wanderer is actually a character I do play sometimes as well. Although not really in endgame, yeah. I do... Like, I'm not a strictly meta player. I do like using my favorites. But I have my favorites amongst both older and newer characters. And if the newer ones clear more easily, yeah, I'm not gonna force myself to use Wanderer when I can just play Varka. I like Varka as well. And I can actually clear Dire without pulling for like 15 constellations to make the team usable in 2026. You became a support for Nefer. That's perfectly fine. Using your characters where they perform best is not really an issue at all. Like playing Hyper Bloom Raiden. Okay, we can already go and start doing quickly bosses. So last time I actually cleared the Natlan boss, but this boss came after the Natlan boss, right? Our three most recent bosses are the Tore, and the chess boss. Because I always cleared the three most recent bosses. And the chess boss came after the Natlan boss, right? It's just been so long. I didn't even remember which boss came when. Yeah, this is more recent. We cleared the Gosoithov 74 times. And the game before the gate only 55 times. So yeah, we just cleared these three now. And when we hit like 80 clears on the chess boss, we can go back to Apep's Cancer or Raiden. I guess like two weekly bosses per region feels good. Or like it's what they've been doing. But at the same time it kind of felt really slow. I don't know. Also we just got Dottore twice, which is, I mean, it's fine. He deserves it. If any villain deserves two weekly bosses, it's Dottore. But it's also kinda weird, right? Maybe we could have had a Rerir weekly boss fight and a Dottore weekly boss fight. I mean, I'm fine with like his lore in the quest and the story and everything. It's just who is the weekly boss is kind of the iffy thing, right? We had a big Rerir fight as well, but it was just a story-only fight. So I feel like making the first Dottore a story-only fight and getting a Rerir weekly boss and then just getting a Dottore now would be more engaging overall, like more... would feel more right and less wrong. Is my team like half HP? Yes, it is. Well, I'll just hold this twice quickly. I'll actually make the entire fight faster if I just get my scale ready first. Ouch.
神のご加護冷凍の時間よ目も舌も星々よ静かに眠れ無に着せふっふっやせやかふっせい
Nice. This game I don't want to build her. I did not pull her Sig specifically because I didn't want to farm her set. So I just play Ayaka Sig, Mist Splitter, and I play Mareshuse. I can make the game a bit more quiet actually, because we are no longer just sitting doing quests. Wait, you see Sig, but you play Ashu? Why? Or did you like pull the cons on the rerun after having to play Ashu for a while? I don't have more than 2 cons on any characters in Genshin. If I had a character that I like unconditionally loved more than anybody else by a wide margin, maybe I would consider pulling this many cons, but I would rather just pull more characters. Just sometimes get C1, maybe C2 if I really like them. And I don't want to spend too much money. I spend too much money anyways, but like not too much money. Also, like, just C2R1 Skerk clears every boss on Dire anyways. Except for, like, hard counters. C6 Skerk is only of any value if you want to do the 182nd Dire for the shiny Dire weapon skins. You failed by accident. But yeah, I cleared Dire anyways. Skerk is one of my most used characters, so you just C1 Mist Splitter. And then the rest of the team is also C0. C0 R1. Here, C0 Fav on Furina. And then I will usually play like Citlali final slot. Citlali, actually she's R2. I lost to her weapon on some rerun. C0, R2, and sometimes the Shenhe. Not on Crescent Pike though, but C0 Usually with either Calamity Queller or another fav. Use Yelan instead for fun. How is it more fun to use Yelan there though? But I guess if you have this many cons, it doesn't really matter what you do. There are a couple ways you can approach Genshin combat. Okay, let's first get my burst. This makes the entire fight much more pleasant if I start with burst. I don't have to worry about dying and such. Okay, just wait a tiny bit more and we can go. Now ideally I would want to hit both of them with this burst. I did not. So we made not one cycle them. Ouch. Or maybe it's fine too. She's not reviving, so that's good. Lovely. Perfect. And just hold the ones for good measure. So I might get like C2 eventually. Oh, I didn't check if the Gamba was done, but it is. It is done. We've got 3 believers who each put only a couple hundred points in, and 1 doubter fueling the entire economy. We got a knight, let's go! I mean, I already have 20 of them, it's no longer exciting, but it took me so long to double crown my Skerk, because I just couldn't get any knights from this boss. But I eventually got there, and now it's ancient history. Now I'm still struggling with Columbina. She's still not double crowned. Because... oh wait, wait. Where did this come from? When did I get the masks? Did I get them last time? I thought I'm still... off. You don't get not cried Toremats from the quest, no? Huh. I must have gotten them last time and I forgot. Well, I guess it's no longer that exciting to clear this Dottore boss. Welp. Yeah, it will be the new Dottore now.
神月が来る移して防衛モード起動塵となってください6308式ユニット
ほら目を閉して夜ですね
Oh, we got the irrelevant debuff.
暗闇は怖いですかさあ
今宵月を捧ぐ長
I just switched to Suko's spell.
目を閉して夜ですねお静かにいやはいやこの古臭い世界に妥協するというのか
This team is one of my more highly invested teams. Prince has Sig, C0, in FI C1 R1. Columbina is actually prototype Amber C0, and then we have Sucrose on R5 Wandering Even Star. So we have 2 Sigs and the con. It's actually not that much investment, huh? Actually, no, only one. Yeah, 1 con and 2 Sigs. Yeah. Sucrose is pretty big. If you don't have Sucrose, other options are quite a bit worse. That's a billet! Go Flynn C1? Maybe one day. Second billet, second week in a row, we got a billet. Quite lovely. So this artifact's bad. 2 elixirs. Now we no longer need the masks, because nobody will use the masks in the foreseeable future, right? Or actually, is that the case, or does Lochen use masks or something? I remember I was looking through like the weekly boss mods that the new characters use, and I was triggered by one of them, but I don't remember why. This is Dottore, right? Yeah. Whenever you TP here, you get the fungi quest. You get the fungi friendship mission down there. What do I use? What do I use here? Varka Nicole Prune? Level 50 Nicole, level 60 Prune? Can I ascend her once? Yes, I can actually. And can I use the most recent character now?
アリスなしでどうやってレインドットに太刀打ちできるって言うんだ。みんなはニコの言葉を聞き入れようとしなかった。するとニコは前へと歩み出した。
And she's continuing telling her story. How are we gonna beat Reindottir if we don't have Alice? And now I need more pine ambers. That's the thing that gates me from ascending her further. Maybe I should have been collecting them before. Does the game tell us like recommended elements here or something? No, not even. He'll just die. Anyways. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh yeah, I could level up her talents a bit, right? Thicker shield and bigger attack buff. The skill is like everything. And yeah, now we need the counterfeit resin. So far I have gotten 0 of them. You might be asking why do I have 1 if I've gotten 0? You get 1 of each mat. You get 1 of each mat after clearing the boss for the first time, like guaranteed. It's an extra reward. Alright, let's level this to 2. I don't like having talents on level 1. Nothing is recommended.
「この心を持って天に帰る」「動くな！マークするなら」はっよっはっしえ
Holy damage.
はっあっしえとよっと運命の変わり目任せて
拒絶ど真ん中
レッカあっとはっそれ
Oh, that's still phase 1, yeah, there's another phase. I'm good to watch the movie! I was very sad that the previous Dottore did not have a movie during the weekly boss fight. There was the movie when we first fought him in the story. But not when you just do the weekly boss every week. I'm like the only person who does not skip those. I watch them every week. Ho 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 ho. Let's wait for the cooldown.
物語は始まったばかりだよ。
大切私はずっとその中に逃げたい鈴の音は
レッカあっよっとよっはっチェーシェよっと
Whoops, I went Dark Durin by accident.
反逆
Well, it happens. And I have no energy on anybody.
もっと激しくよっとしっ
Hello,
かり
Varka?
チェー
Okay, we got there.
新世界が
One thing that I thought was a bit of a shame in this quest was that Dottore really wasn't doing, like, we didn't really see much of what Dottore was doing until the final confrontation. I feel like one thing we should have had was a bit more of like a bit more of Dottore messing with our plans while we were trying to put the countermeasures in place, right? We kinda just locked ourselves in the mausoleum of King the Shred and just like kinda sat there for a while. And Dottore really wasn't doing anything. We had this whole thing with people going mad in Sumeru, and then the like leyline blossoms, but the leyline blossoms had like 2 minutes of screen time, and then we never went to see them again. I feel like we could have used like a third chapter. Maybe like the first chapter of this quest should have been last patch, and then this patch we should have gotten 2 more chapters, including one more where we actually investigate more in the forest or something like this, and we actually get to get wrecked. We get to be wrecked by Dottore a bit before we actually put our countermeasures in place. I still like the quest overall, and the resolution was pretty great, but he didn't feel like Dottore did much, right? He just kinda... We were like, oh no, that Irminsul is like... Irminsul is sick, we need to leave. Then we left, and we started preparing countermeasures, and then we fought him and he died. Right? And there wasn't really much pushback from Dottore. That was like the one thing that was a bit of a shame. Yeah, I did get a billet. How do you get... Oh, nice, we got one. How do you go Dark Durin? You press E and then use your basic. Wait, what is this? Anomalous Trimarrow 2? Suspected to be a resinous concentration exuded from Irminsul's incinerated trunk. Its form is peculiar, and where it remains exposed, a baleful light emanates from within. Wait, sorry, what? There are 3 parts, and when you collect them, something happens. Is Dottore gonna be back? Is the lizard actually Dottore? Yeah, there, in the quest, there was like this one lizard that kept reappearing. One lizard that had more screen time than like Nilu and Layla combined. And now people have theories that the lizard is actually like another part of Dottore's soul or something. I don't think that's real, but the lizard was sus. This a quest item. Ah ha 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 ha. My notebook's missing. Did one of you take it? Based on experience, it's more likely that you left it in a drawer somewhere. I've looked. It's not in any of them. But did you look in the dispensary? If you still recall, you would know that my dispensary may not be accessed by those younger than 18 years old. Wait, are these like different Dottore segments? At different ages? Like 8-year-old Dottore, 25-year-old Dottore and the like? And yeah, the young Dottore can't access the dispensary. What does this notebook look like? It's a notebook with a black cover. It's the kind they give out to all the Fatui. Is there something important in that notebook? My experiment proposal's in there. You're not planning on updating Aranara for your experiment, are you? Ha 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 ha! What's so funny? Don't you find this so adorable? Seriously? Are you saying you're adorable? And then Zandik, the prime segment. What's the matter with you? Why are you so quiet over there? Well, the culprit has to keep a low profile, doesn't he? I'm the one who threw it out. Why did you do that? Because it looked so childish. Did all of you receive the notice about the Harbinger's gathering? What's the difference? If you received it, it means we all did too. One of us has to sign on it to confirm receipt. Would you do it? I'm not signing it. Whoever signs it goes. I have a report to write. How about I just give you the day off, since I'm the one you will be handing this report to anyway. No thanks, it's done. Are you really going? Did you lose a bet or something? Apparently you have a new colleague. I want to go check things out. I vaguely remember that I was maybe in my 40s when I started becoming more of an introvert. And we lost our sense of compassion at the age of 8. It's not like I'm going to be compassionate towards a colleague anyways. I just want to get a feel for this new one. I hope they're in HR. I, for one, hope that they're in finance. What's with Pantalone? He rejected my request. Maybe it was just an administrative issue. How was the party? Meh. It's just some young girl transferred in from another branch. Are you sure she's a young girl, or does she just look like one? I'd never ask a question as rude as that, but based on my experience it should be the latter. That means, how old is Tsaritsa now anyway? I've never really kept track. Do you know the answer? You tell him. This is a total waste of time. What? Can't I be curious? Madame Columbina? Miss Columbina? Just call her by her name. She feels so approachable for some reason, don't you think? Just because she looks like she could do with a bit of care and concern? And because she looks starving and miles away from everything that's going on. Needless to say, none of that everything would be good news. She's the one that Sarisa has taken a liking to recently, and since she isn't actually involved in any of the Sarisa's affairs, it implies she's the affair itself. A report from Sandrone just came in. Leave it. I'll take a look at it later. There's no real need to look at it anyway. Her theories are also behind the times, and she's not exactly pioneering in her research ideas either. If you ask me, she's actually more interesting than her science. If you're talking about her personality, I suppose that's fair. Who's on duty shift today? The equipment in the operating room was just replaced. And your signature for the delivery. This must be a gift from the equipment supplier. But why wasn't it mentioned in the letter? I just saw it myself. Yeah, the ones who need help are always the easiest to talk to. That's what I've always thought. Besides, I like how sincere she seems about wanting to work with us. You're so cocky when you think you hold all the power. I would love to see your face when it's your turn to put in a project funding request. We have to have a unified front for this. The Torre is supportive, but also letting things play out as they will. That makes sense. Oh, by the way, remember to attend that meeting called by Il Capitano tomorrow morning. Right. Which one of you was at the cafeteria earlier? Was it you? How did you know? I ran into the rooster and he said, didn't you just have your meal a few moments ago? The jester might have noticed something wasn't quite right too, but he didn't say a thing. Maybe because he was raised right? Or maybe because he was just unsure. That's not surprising, I suppose. Who can really tell the whole lot of me's apart? There's only one me. Zandig's the main and not the segment. The main doesn't count. He doesn't count! If you ask me, neither you nor me are truly me's. The main just died and the body is still fresh. I need all hands on deck. We need to prepare for the autopsy and start recording now. Already recording, but do you have to be so excited? In all honesty, our shared lack of imagination in these matters is almost impressive. Do you actually not feel sorry for Zandig? You are the one who was closest to him. Of course I feel sorry for Zandig. Am I not Zandig myself? Am I not Zandig himself? You are right, and I feel the same way. This is the time for us to show some emotion and compassion for ourselves. We should be able to develop a drug that works better on us since we are experimenting on our own body. Let's get to it, I'm so excited. Interesting. So yeah, these were conversations between different dottores. Yeah, Freya's on tenacity. That's the best set for Furina. Her personal damage is not really... her personal damage isn't it anymore. So in teams with Skerk, you just want to buff Skerk as much as possible. So tenacity is the set to play, like, by a fair margin. What runs an experiment log? Okay, interesting. Pretty cool, I guess. Elysium are the books I need, right? I always... I'm like 90% sure it's Elysium, but I just gotta double check. Yeah, just in case I pick the wrong books. Gotta double check that it's Elysium. Oops. Okay, so we should go gather some pie numbers for Nicole. I should have really gathered some more in advance. I didn't think I would be behind on mats though. Hello, Sayonara? Nicole said on Durin? It's fine. If you either don't have Nicole or you just don't use her in the team for whatever reason. If you were to use like a Varka team, you had Durin Prune, but no Nicole, just Bennett. Maybe she's busy, maybe you just don't have her. Then playing the new supportive set on Durin would be the best option. Because you just really want somebody in the team to have it. I don't have it yet, I just have her on some random garbage for now. Because I will only farm the artifact sets when the Stygian leyline comes out, right? But then we get bonus artifacts for every 120 resin spent. So it's like 10% extra artifacts or something. Okay, let's actually... Wait, who can smell the mats in... Flint's Lama, I know, can smell the mats. So out of her. Here we go. Let's first go this way. Excuse me? It's not going to be enough of the stellar contact. One thing that's kind of weird is that she seems to be more of an on-fielder. But maybe we are gonna get like a quick swap team. Wait, what is this? What are you doing? Mushroom phantasms. I think I know how to make them. Could you make some mushroom phantoms for me? The bread is done. Here, have some bread. Smells so good. Bro, that's a chest! That's a chest that's not like compassable.
キラキラしてる。
Nice. The compass is lying. It told me I have everything. So yeah, either she's just gonna be a main DPS, so more like a Flins or an Nefer, or maybe quick swap is gonna be the way. I really hope they just don't do Not Cry 2. I didn't like hate the character design of Not Cry with a passion like some people did. But I hope they will do something new instead of just reprinting Not Cry characters, but with a stellar paint on them.
風が立つぞ。
But she does want to stay on field, is the thing. Like yeah, her skill is short, but her skill all the skill does is reset her charge attack. The charge attack actually deals damage, and you need to be on field for it. So her skill having a short cooldown doesn't really make her more quick swap compatible. By itself. I mean, you just do charge attacks. She has an overcharge mechanic where if she does too many of them, she has to take a break. But you can just spam the skill and you actually never overcharge, or you never overheat. Oh yeah, overheat. She has an overheat mechanic. If you do too many charge attacks, you will overheat. But using the skill, which only has a 4-second cooldown, prevents you from ever overheating. So it's never really an issue. Like yeah, with Nuvilet, if you are charging, you just see the like circle fill up behind him. With Sandrone, when you are charging, she does like a small pew pew pew. And the small pew pew actually matters quite a lot. Because it applies, like it helps you apply cryo to get more stellar superconduct damage. Because stellar superconduct is a bit more, like it kinda works almost like Lunar Bloom, where the reaction itself doesn't do anything, and it's all just talent damage. But it is much better than Lunar Bloom. Because it actually matters how much cryo and electro you apply. The more cryo and electro you apply, up to 10 times every 9 seconds or 6 seconds or something, the more damage you do from your stellar abilities. So the application actually matters. You just want as much as possible. There is no like nuance like with Melt or Vape, but it does matter, which is cool. So the reaction itself is pretty interesting. Now we just need to hope we get interesting characters to go with it. Yeah, Chichi is getting extra cryo hits. Man, the pie numbers are actually quite plentiful, huh? Which is good. What do you mean by Lunar National Team? Nefer, Inefa, Columbina, Lina? Wait, what? That's not... What does it have to do with a national team? What? You just put all the lunar supports together. I mean, that's not... In Genshin, the national team is forward melt Xiangling pretty much. Like yeah, you can make meme teams with all the lunar characters, but it's not a national team in any way. Like it's not the national team at least. The national team has a pretty well-defined meaning in Genshin. The OG national team was Xiangling, Bennett, Xingqiu, and Chongyun actually. Only later Chongyun was replaced with Sucrose, because Sucrose was just better.
遅刻遅刻
What do you mean by Coolie? I don't even know which character you are referring to. Kole? Kole wasn't out until like much later. The national team is like a 1.1.0 thing. Oh, there is still a few here. I mean, it did. It was still a thing later on. It was a thing until Natlan, really. You can still even play it today, and it's not that bad. But the team was already defined well before Sumeru. And Kole was also never part of the team. No, you never really wanted Dendro. Dendro would make it so that you would cause the opponent to burn, which then would make your Xingqiu vape instead of your Xiangling. That would be terrible. Yeah, Dendro is actually kind of 0 out of 10. There was a variant with Child, but people called it the international team instead of the national team. So it was Child, Xiangling, Bennett, and then Sucrose was kinda always better, but a lot of people played Kazuha. Also fit better with the international theme to have an Inazuma character in there. Is Yana going to be good? If you don't have Chichi, she's gonna be a decent cope replacement. Does someone clear current episode with Kole? Because you need Dendro for the crab. And Kole is the cheapest Dendro character. So people do, like, when people try to do the cheapest clear as possible, they use Kole or Dendro MC for Dendro. And yeah. You needed Dendro, so they needed a Dendro 4-star. There aren't that many. I guess there are a few. And she's playable enough. Kole isn't great though, and she never was. She was like cope playable in 3.0, but she was always worse than Dendro MC. Not Columbinam and Sandrone? Probably? Would be kinda weird if they power clear, because, I mean, we are probably gonna have the big stellar buffer again, which most likely is gonna be the Tsaritsa, and she's gonna be in all the stellar teams, and then we would just have like 2 more slots, probably for like a sub DPS and the healer. And for Not Cry, most teams we got, actually pretty much every team we got, is kinda composed around having 3 5-stars and a 4-star. We have Flynn's Columbina Inefa and then Sucrose. We have Zibai, Lina Columbina, and then Iluga. We have Varka Nicole, Durin, and Prune. There is the Nefer where she kinda like doesn't have a 4th slot at all. There is Nefer, Lauma, Columbina, and then like, what do you play? People play like Sucrose sometimes, some people play Nahida. I think Yahoda was kind of meant to be that, the 4th slot for Nefer, but Yahoda is just bad because she's kind of like the Yae of Not Cry, where she spends too much time on field. But that's kinda the idea, right? 3 new 5-stars and a 4-star. So they could be in with the stellar reactions, they could be going more towards like for Sandrone specifically 3 5-stars and an old 5-star. So maybe Chichi or Yae will stay. Probably more so Chichi, I would assume. Maybe we'll just not like get a stellar superconduct or stellar conduct healer. Yeah, Hoda's probably none, but they just made her too bad. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Nah, Hoda is never the... Hoda is always worse than Sucrose. Chichi's the fraud? I don't know. I mean, I haven't really looked too much into it, but... Chichi seems pretty great. And she's a sustain. Sustainless teams are kind of a fraud. Okay, what are we doing right now? I would want to start the event, because we only have 2 weeks to finish it, but on the other hand, I also want to grab my artifacts. It's been a while. I need to keep up with the economy. It only takes like 10 minutes anyways. Final slot is Wanderer. Where is my boy? I mean, right now the buffs are in a weird... The stellar characters are in a weird spot. Because you need Sandrone in the team to trigger Stellar Superconduct. So if you want to play main DPS Herodesley, you need to have Sandrone in the team. And at that point you should just main DPS Sandrone instead probably, unless you have like a C6 Herodesley or something. So, all of the main DPSs are kinda cooked for now until we get a proper Stellar Conduct support. And like, even if Yae is stronger for now, for Stellar Superconduct, then like Chichi, I feel like it's the slot that is more likely to get replaced. You missed rank 1 on the Ziba leaderboard by less than half of a flat defense roll. That's unfortunate. Sinnoh is getting some quick swap capabilities as well, especially at C1. Because like now with Sinnoh you can press your skill and you enter a mini burst mode. And then if you have C1, if you burst, you get 200 EM, which can then be transferred to other teammates if your burst duration would still be going. So, I feel like Sinnoh has more potential than Ryodesley at the very least for now. I mean, it's more that... Like, yeah, did he get a gigantic nerf? Yes, but he was incredibly broken in version 1. He was unintentionally incredibly broken because of the way they like coded his multipliers, and they realized, oops, that's not what we are supposed to do. We applied the wrong tax to this ability. So he was like bugged. He was not working as intended in version 1. And they simply just like fixed him. It wasn't really a nerf, more so a fix, which ended up being a big nerf. But yeah. Not really... It was never supposed to be that in the first place. So like, would I be happy to see Sinnoh buffs? Sure, but that was not supposed to be how he worked. The quill he got... The quills, when doing lunar damage and also stellar damage, it's like the same thing. The quills you get don't actually benefit from EM multipliers for most characters. And his quill benefited from all the EM multipliers in his kit, which... Yeah. He could be a top 1 DPS. Maybe like he would have teammate issues, because like who do you actually play with him? You kind of have to play Sandrone and then like... But he would be a ticking time bomb at the very least. Like if he's bad, then they can buff him somehow. But... The V1 Sinnoh was not supposed to exist. People are gonna complain that power creep is too quick, and then when they were about to by accident, like let's assume that the V1 version would go out to live, they would by accident power creep everything by like 1.5 times, and people are sad that that's getting fixed. People shouldn't be sad that a character that was like way too powerful actually got fixed. You don't want all the bosses in Stygian to get a 50% HP boost, because Sinnoh would like destroy them 3 times as fast as everybody else. And it's not even about Tsuno specifically, just like any character. We should celebrate nerfs more than buffs. Most of the time. I mean, for old characters, getting the old characters up to speed is cool, but they shouldn't break the DPS ceiling, right? I would be happy if nobody was ever way above Jibai. If characters were just like around there or something. Nicole benefits Razor? Does she really? Who do you cut? Fischl? You still need Bennett for the Pyro infusion. It's kinda iffy. I mean, he probably benefits from Nicole, cause he's Hex. But he had a very tight team to begin with. So any upgrade kinda has a side grade-ish component to it, because every character in the Razor team worked so perfectly for him. And yeah, Razor is way better than Raiden, yeah. But Raiden is giga cooked. Fontaine. Yeah, I don't think the 100% Death Ignore would actually help you that much. Durin would be doing all the damage anyways. You can play Rain Hybrid, but even that's not good anymore, yeah. Lunar Bloom was such a disappointment. Imagine if Lunar Bloom was a real reaction. And not only does Lunar Bloom like not interact with the reaction itself at all, the premium Lunar Bloom team actually blocks blooms from happening in the first place. I feel like Neferkey design is so horrible with the like bloom blocking thingy. Why do that? Just like, bro. I mean, it's not Raiden doing the damage if you are seeing 500k DPS. I can assure you it's not Raiden doing the damage. Especially because when we are talking about like Giga Whale investment, Raiden's cons kinda cap at C2 and then she kinda falls off. Maybe like C3. Her C4 and C6 and C5 are kinda irrelevant. Also the Llama Quills would get eaten by reactions, then just like design that differently, right? Like they knew how Nefer would work in advance. They didn't have to guess or anything. But at least the other two reactions are pretty cool. Especially Lunar Crystallize. Lunar Crystallize is the best, like, as a reaction, is the best designed reaction itself. Lunar Charged is decent, but it's not that much different from regular Electro Charged. And then yeah, Lunar Bloom was a total miss. What do you mean Nefer C6 is a scam? What are you saying? If we're talking Giga Whale, I'm pretty sure Nefer teams are the best. Mostly because of Lauma. Mostly Llama's C6 is like incredibly busted, but yeah. Those are the strongest teams in the game. Nefer, Llama, Columbina. But when discussing character power level, high cons usually don't matter because like if you pull C6s of modern characters, you just clear all content in like 20-second tops anyways. Doesn't matter whether you do 400,000 or 500,000, 600,000 damage. I have been to, like, I have collected Ochkantlan spots in the past, but this is more efficient than going there. There might be some better spots in like the newest areas. Maybe there are some better spots in like the top part of Not Cry, like here. But other than the newest areas and Dorman Port. But other than those, my route is one of the most efficient ones. Maybe with some only minor changes. Wait, this one is bait, right? I'm only supposed to grab the one here. Oh, Nefer is only top 3? Damn. Oh yeah, I guess now the teams that used Bennett can use C6 Nicole instead. Citrali, Durin and Nicole. 3 of the most busted C6 R5 supports. Okay, sure. And Jessica cons are pretty busted by herself as well. Okay, but yeah, being the third best whale team in the game is not having a fraud C6. Is Nicole useful for an overall Varesa team? At C0 I don't think so. Useless without Llama C6. Not really useless, it's just like Llama C6 is better. You should pull that first, more so, instead of being useless. And might as well skip the Nefer. Oh, I don't have enough quills without that. Wait, where am I going? Here. I mean, that's kind of... That should be the kind of issue where, like... It doesn't matter anyways, because enemies will die after the first charge attack. No? Oh no, I can feed all 6, but they will die after 2. So like, what are you actually fighting that can survive these rotations? That have hundreds of thousands of damage per second. Even Stygian bosses will melt. On Dire. Even gacha weapons. So on Nefer, if you are a gambler, you play with Sith, right? And you have one useful buff, but when the buff hits, it's kinda like her Sig. So just always get this and it's like free Sig. If you are less of a gambler, then Dawning Frost. More consistent, but it needs refinements to be better than the average with Sith. Messenger the Star Contact one. I think there is some way. I think as long as you have... I remember hearing that flints can work pretty well into the boss, as long as you have Electro or Cryo. I haven't read the exact mechanics though. But I think it's more like the Cactus, where it's kind of like an easy introduction to the reaction before we get the real shield. I'm pretty sure our own Dawning Frost is not better than the average with Sith. I mean, I'm not much of a Nefer player, I haven't really played her much. Ever, but I remember from her. From her like, release content. That Dawning Froster one wasn't really all that useful. Like to visit Chlorine, you have Razor. Razor the goat. Oops. Wisith has also a higher crit damage sub. Actually, no, it's the same. Oh, okay. But also, this is actually better than 80 average, because depending, because like, yeah, you can say it's only up every other rotation, but if you take like only one rotation to kill an enemy, it's 100% uptime. If you take like 3 rotations, it's 66% uptime, right? Like if you take an odd number of rotations to kill the enemy, it's a bit better than 50%. And then also you can like reset if the first one is not EM, so you can kind of like guarantee the first one is EM and like you just continue anyways afterwards. So this is better than 80 average. Saying 80 average is kind of fake. I'm not a fan of the Wisith myself, but it's not better than, it's not worse than R1 Dawning Frost, no. It only activates when you switch in. So if you just start the combat with your DPS in slot 1, it doesn't activate then, no? It's only when you switch out and back in. Or does it activate immediately? If it does, you just have to play DPS slot 2 then. But I think it's only when you switch in afterwards. It does? Okay. You managed to scam 270k DPS with a Z1 Wisith Molani. Yeah, and I mean you can get that in Stygian as well. And with that kind of damage, you definitely don't need more rotations. Is there now a proper team for Raska? I mean apparently now, Nicole Durin, Sitlali. Just the best, most recent off-fielders. What? C1? Or C1 Wisith Molani? 0-0 Mavoika, C4 Mona Sucrose? What? And you got 270k? That does not sound real. It's not like I'm not believing you, but it does not sound real. May Barbatos' blessing bring my greetings to you. Cardinal Simus has been preoccupied with family matters lately, and to lighten his load, I have taken up a portion of his duties in hearing confessions. The confession, as I prefer to see it, is a small window through which the weight in one's heart may flow. If there is a knot in your heart that needs undoing, or a secret that you can't bring yourself to share elsewhere, I'm willing to keep that window open for you. I'm willing to listen to your every confession with sincerity and undivided attention. As for myself, I find I would also like a kind and gentle friend to chat freely with over the clinking of glasses. I'm sure this is something that Lord Barbatos would approve of, and who knows, he might even slip in through the back door to join us. Well, let us meet where all the winds come together. Yeah, the entire reason why you run to... I mean, Molani, I guess Molani played like Monazugrus for the Hex buff earlier as well, but yeah, the new gift set, you play it in every single team that has two Hex characters. I guess maybe except for some Lunar stuff that doesn't benefit from damage bonus, but then why do you have Hex characters in a Lunar team? You don't know why Hoyo made the collab banner count separately? I mean, the collab banner is kinda permanent, at least for now. So just to make it separate, so that like it doesn't, because when there are two banners that share the same PT counts but have different 4 stars uprated, if two banners like this are live at the same time, it can create a weird situation where one banner has the better 4 stars but the other banner has the 5 star you want, and then it's better for you to like try to do pulls on the banner with better 4 stars, but then switch once your PT gets high, but then if you get an early 5 star you feel bad. So 4 stars kinda don't matter anymore in Star Rail because they stopped printing them, but that's the reason why. Ideally there shouldn't be two banners with different uprated 4 stars on at the same time. And then you could say, okay, let's make it so that the collab banners have the same 4 stars, but then it would like keep changing every patch. And then you would also have like, should I pull now or later, because 4 stars change. That's why the banners are just separate and have no uprated 4 stars. People out there banner maxing. But yeah, like, people would banner max, and then they would get spooked by early 5 stars that actually they didn't want, and then they would like rage quit or something. It's just best to not do things like this. We actually had one situation like this in Zenless, where you had two banners that shared PT but had different A ranks. But A ranks also kinda don't matter in Zenless. But yeah, it's something that should ideally be avoided. That's why the banners are separate. Only, yeah, I think realistic, not Scarlet Suns. Yeah, that's very weird if that's the case. Especially because it's not like they are gonna rerun Sinnoh anyways, no? Like, Sinnoh alone, so that you can pull his Sig. Also, we had Sinnoh on the Sumeru Chronicled before, and his weapon was pullable there. But sometimes Hoyo just like likes doing random things, like not rerunning Herodes on Fontaine Chronicled. If the Saber banner shares the PT with the Rin banner, it should. It should be the same type of banner for those. And yeah, this will start on Wednesday. That's when we will go and farm artifacts. Oh, because the Sinosig is not getting changed and the only things that are getting changed? Oh my god. That does not, no, that does not track, man. Even if it is a reason, it's not a good reason. Furinasig? Furinasig is kind of garbage anyways. Okay, so... I guess we'll start the event. The Forest Boar and the Little Witch. Only 2 weeks for this is so criminal, to be honest. Yeah, Favonius sword is pretty goated, that is true. It's just some people when they say Furinasig they mean a different weapon. Oh yeah, wait, also, I did collect the Nicole flowers, right? Yeah, we have enough to fully level her up. I do need to craft the crystal. 6 big crystals. Craftable amount 100. What? Excuse me, what? What do you mean craftable amount 100? That's a lot of Agnidus Agate gemstones. They haven't released Pyro characters for a while, I guess. And then Frost Etched Warrants. Wait, where is the... here. I guess I have a few of the like slivers. And I ran out of Anemo ones. Like I have no Anemo crystals at all. But we have 10 billion Pyro ones. Fortunately, you can convert between them. Okay, it's an actual canon Sig. I mean, it is a 4-star. And it is pretty garbage. I will get Cinnabar, but Cinnabar is good, and the Cocktails are not. It's no longer... Cinnabar is no longer like best in slot after the buffs, because now he's... Because Cinnabar is just added flat damage, so when Albedo was doing half the damage, the added flat damage was a bigger part of his total DPS. Now that his base damage doubled, or over doubled, Cinnabar isn't that great, but it's still good, right? It's not like Cinnabar became garbage. It's just no longer best over like Uraku. But the Docotail has always been absolute garbage. It's just that every other weapon in the game is also kind of garbage for Klee. There is no good weapon for her. That's kind of the issue with her. And Lost Prayers has anti-synergy with her kit. Because Klee's Lost Prayer has a ramping damage percent buff, but Klee's bursts snapshots when you use it at the start of the rotation, and then you don't get the buff on the burst as it ramps up. It's like so scuffed. It was never even really designed with Klee in mind, and much less so as her Sig. It was always better. It was like single-digit percentage.
あなたたちの目の前にいるのは大地を数千年も流浪した天の使
I
い
love
よ
this emoji.
雲が切れ夜が明けると天へと続く黄金の階段が地上から伸びたニコは神聖なる階段を一歩一歩登っていったのだった
No, Lost Players does give common damage bonus. Wait, 0? Oh! I'm out of hero suites. I still have 21,000 adventure experience, but I haven't seen 0 here in a while. But no, Lost Players buffs all damage. Just elemental damage bonus. Even remember that as in the stat page? Yeah, and like, it adds to all the stats. Like, if I... If I just wait for a bit to get some of the stacks. Yeah, we have damage bonus of every single type. But yeah, this stats snapshot. Furina buff does not. Furina's burst doesn't like isn't in the stat page and doesn't snapshot for anybody. But the damage bonus from Lost Prayers does snapshot because it's in the stats page. Works a bit differently than the more modern buffs, but yeah. Because this is specifically 40% elemental damage bonus, right? And then somebody like Furina she just gives increases the damage dealt by all nearby characters. Not elemental damage dealt, just all damage dealt. Which is... doesn't really have any difference. There is no difference when it comes to just like what type of damage gets buffed, but there is a difference in how it snapshots. And yeah, by the time we got like... even by Inazuma, they already tried to start... They already were trying to make snapshotting... to just like remove snapshotting from the game. So both they made characters whose abilities cannot snapshot even the snapshotable buffs, and then all the new buffs they made were not snapshotable by anybody. Jadewing Spear. Or they have a polearm character. Yeah, it does increase damage dealt, not elemental damage dealt. Oh, now we have Witch's homework to do as well. Well, event first. So yeah, it's not damage dealt, so it has anti-synergy with Klee, and then they still keep pretending like it's her Sig, which is so scuffed. They made 2 new Sigs for Venti, even though Skyward Harp was always decent on him. I mean, not when you are playing him more of as like a VV bot, you will just play a supportive weapon, but Skyward Harp was a fine weapon for Venti in 1.0, and for just like damage Venti in general, as a sub DPS. And they made 2 new Sigs for him anyways, and Klee cannot get 1 weapon! They just made the Docotales and they were like, yeah, we are satisfied with that. I am not satisfied with that, I will tell you that. Yeah, you played Harp in Morgana. Or R5 Stringless. Remember when Stringless was seen as one of the best 4-stars in the game? What do I want? The books, the Elysium books. We can just craft all the small ones up. +1, and then everything here into golden books. +0. Flames are the ones that have the most particles flying around actually. Wait, how much do I have? I have like 178 with Prototype Amber, but for Stygian I changed to... For Stygian I usually switch to Favonius. But this is what I played against the Gecko. So this is what I played in Zibalina, Columbina, Iluga against the Dire Gecko. I played 78 ER with Prototype Amber. And I remember I fine-tuned it quite a lot, switching between Amber and Fav and switching between different ER values. So this worked well, but I needed to like squeeze out all the damage I could. That was kind of tough, that fight. Okay, skill first. And Prune's talents don't matter at all, right? I could level them because the resistance books are free. Free real estate. Oops, wait, what have I done? Oh no, I broke something in my chat. What have I done? Oh my god. I broke my chat display. Oh no. Okay, wait, I'm slowly fixing it. Oh no, now it's worse. Okay, I fixed it, now I can see the chat again. Where were we? Columbina review. He probably has C6 Columbina anyways, no? Yeah. You have C4 which gives you extra energy, so you don't really like need any ER probably. Or almost, you don't need almost any ER with SIG and C4. Personals matter a bit, her personal damage is not negligible. Yeah, I guess you have the Anemo Shred from Durin and the attack buff from Nicole. You have like no crit on Prune though, which is sad. C6 R1B now with level 8 talents. Yeah, that's kinda what I expected. But yeah, you should level her talents up at least to like level 9. Also, you can Like if you are Giga Whaling, you can buy extra crowns every month from the Star Glitter shop, so crowns should not be an issue. But yeah, between Sig and C4, and also yeah, everybody else is conned up as well. You probably don't really need any more ER than this. Should probably be fine. You could pull more refinements for more energy on the Sig, but you probably don't need it. I feel like you should be chilling. Worst case scenario, just play ER Suns, but I don't think you should ever need that. And your crit is pretty low. You get 60 crit damage from the Sig. So you have like 360 crit damage. Oh yeah, you also get 80 crit damage from C6. You get 60 crit damage from this. That's plus 140 crit damage. So you have 400 crit damage and 70 crit rate. That ain't it. This ain't it, right? You should just play a crit rate hat here. You want your crit to be on 100% because your crit damage is through the roof anyways. You don't want to miss a third of your crits. That's the biggest issue here. I mean, with Varka you press E and then you normal attack. And press E again when it lights up. Thank you very much, Starojef, for the Prime sub. Oh yeah, okay, she does get a little bit of crit rate, that is true. She gets 15 crit rate from one of her passives. You are right. 85 is still very low. That's still very low. You should still play a crit rate hat, ideally. Your hat is one of your better pieces, which would be a shame to cut it, but you kinda have to. The crit rate loss is so bad when you have, yeah, 400 crit damage. It is a pretty cracked piece though. Almost perfect. You have 5-piece Obeyed though, so it shouldn't be that hard. You should have a crit rate hat on your account somewhere. You work up by 5, you get 25. And you need 15, oh. So then you would need to like change the flower as well. For something with more crit damage. But your flower has no HP. The flower is kinda bad actually, so changing the flower shouldn't be an issue. You have a higher crit rate goblet? It will be easier to just get a lower crit rate flower and change to a crit rate hat. That would still be easier. And even if you overcap by like 2%, it's not that big of an issue. Like yeah, you don't want to overcap by 10%, but overcapping by like 5 is gonna be fine. Better than missing 15 crit rate when you have 400 crit damage. It's insane though. Yeah, but like you can give it to somebody else maybe. You have 5-piece Obeyed, so you should be able to get an insane crit rate hat as well, no? Okay, you have a Z-Buy, so this is the almost top 1% Z-Buy. And yeah, got the C1. Double crowned, only level 1 here though. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter, but it looks bad. And maybe it actually looks kinda nice. 10-10-1. And the Harbinger of Dawn. Now that Lina exists, more reliable. No 1% 1, but you aren't 1, so it's not 1. You said you were 2. And yeah, just defense maxing. Because you already have so much crit from the Harbinger and the subs. Yeah. That's what no flat dev piece does to a character. Because when it comes to HP and attack scalers, they get like this flat HP and flat attack from the Flower and Feather. Defense characters get nothing, so you just end up stacking defense like crazy. Because it's very good value. And a bit of ER doesn't hurt as well, that's really nice. Rank 3, oh my god, so low. That's a mage, not a true Z-Buy fan. Flat def is 0.5%. Where can you even gain more stats? Is it just like high rolls? And like flat attack to flat def? Because this is 5 rolls. This is 5 rolls. And has double crit defense percent. The goblet Because yeah, do you cap the crit rate? You get 10 from Iluga, 30 from the set, so that's 40, and 68. Yeah, you do cap the crit rate, so you cannot get more crit rate. Yeah, here you have attack percent as the final roll. Really want that goblet? That's the worst piece, yeah. You have a defense goblet? I mean, that is a defense goblet. Oh, you are saying you have 0 defense goblets, okay. Oh god, this is a 100% crit rate. She gets 68% crit rate from various buffs. From the set bonus, from Iluga, and from Harbinger of Dawn. So this Zibai is actually overcapped on crit rate. $28 crit damage, 37 EM. I mean, the extra crit rate is also overcap. But it is more crit damage, yeah. Yeah, because this is with Harbinger of Dawn. If you have Sig, you don't have to worry about that. You can actually have crit rate subs. But the set gives you, like, what you pretty much always have is 30 from the set and 10 from Iluga. So you get at least 40, unless you don't play Iluga. But I think Iluga is better than even... I mean, maybe if you have, like, C6s. Who would be better than Iluga, though? But yeah, you get at least 30 from the set and then usually 10 from Iluga. Okay. Let's go to Aisa Buffhouse. Oh yeah, Shironen with cons is better than
鎮
Iluga,
守
that
の
is
森の
right.
外れで気の狂ったイノシシが暴れ回ってるんだって。数日前にあの辺を散歩してたでしょ。イノシシを見かけなかった？
Who's prone for? Varka main DPS and Venti main DPS primarily. But she can be useful for some others as well. She's like better Kazuha. Which doesn't say much because not a lot of characters want to play Kazuha, but if you have somebody who wants a Vivi Shredder, but they don't like the EM from Sucrose, you can play Prune instead. But yeah, she's best for Varka, best in slot for Varka. He's the only guy that gives the Geo damage bonus to Geo characters. I mean, the Geo damage bonus wouldn't do anything for Columbina anyways, because she only deals stellar or lunar damage, which doesn't get buffed. Zibai and Lina at least deal some regular Geo damage. Yehoda C6 can work? No, she absolutely cannot. If you don't have Prune, you play Venti. And if you don't have Venti, you play Sucrose, probably. Maybe you don't need Sucrose, maybe you play somebody else, maybe like Kazuha or whatever. But yeah, never Yehoda. But yeah, still better than Iluga. You have 0 Mora. I mean, if you have infinite Primo Gems, you can just refresh a bit for ley lines or whatever.
Yeah, 見てない。見てないか。
What do you mean
じゃ
gone?
あ変な子供は？同じあたりでここ数日魔女の行方を聞き回ってる子供がいるんだって。なんか妙な噂だよね。ね、 本当かどうか確かめに行かない？やめとく。家
Oh
に
my
帰っ
god,
て
she's so
休みた
tired.
いの。残業明けでもう限界だから。
Authentic,
家
authentic
まで送
Japanese
っていく
citizen.
よ。そんな状態じゃ途中で倒れないか心配だもん。今の聞いたか？
Hey, what's up with that forest boar?
そっちじゃなくて魔女の方だぞ。まさかオイラたちの知り合いの魔女じゃないよな。気になる。な、行ってみようぜ。
What happened to needing a break?
当たり前だろ。お前は気にならないのか？魔女が現れるときは絶対でかいことが起きるんだ。オイラの勘違いならいいけど、もし当たってたら早めに手を貸せるかもしれないだろ。
Got me there? Let's go. I love the what's up with that forest boar line.
この辺だよな。どれどれ。イノシシ。魔女。異常なし。オイラたちの考えすぎだったか。アラート解除だ。よく考えたらこの辺でイノシシなんか見たことないもんな。魔女なんてなおさらだぞ。何の理由もなくこんな人気のない野原に現れるわけないぜ。あいつらでかいことをするのに忙しいんだからな。固定観念なのだ。魔女たちは娯楽のために裏でくだらないことを山ほどやってる。無関係な人を巻き込んで、だからハンターとしてあいつらを。君たちはハリスの従者じゃないか。君は超有名な旅人だな。そっちはパイモンだったか。
She barely remembered Paimon. They don't guarantee, but you also have guaranteed capturing radiance for next 50-50 after recall. Someone have told you the radiance counter resets in 6.0. No. It didn't reset in like it did not reset in Luna 1 in 6.0. I'm almost certain. I'm pretty sure I like carried it over. Did I? Wait, let me check. My pull history, because I was like losing everything, or actually no, wait, it's not that I was losing everything. I'm pretty sure I like carried it over though. What was my pull history again? Around the time. So he had like Skirk in Nefa. Oh, I guess here I won a lot in a row. So I didn't have... No, wait, we lost? Okay, I only started losing when pulling in and not cry. Okay, so I guess I cannot confirm it myself. But I haven't heard anything about the resetting in 6.0. I don't think that it would have any reason to. And same with 7.0. I have not... I have some early PTs here and there, but they are only when I pull cons. So like when I was pulling Durinkois, I got like a 20 and 9 PT Durincon. But the last time I got an early PT when pulling like a C0 character, I had like the 64 on Inefa, so that's barely early. And if we scroll earlier, it was Shiguin, the last character that I got on like actually early-ish PT. And Chlorine before 24. So it's been a while. My luck has not been the greatest. And yeah, this entire stretch in Natlan, where I got 0 early PTs. From Emily to Skirk. But at least I wasn't losing that many 50-50s in Natlan. Who's my luckiest 5-star? My very first Mona pull. The first pull I did on the limited banner in Genshin, I got a Mona. And I wasn't even like excited about this because I thought it's just a thing that happens, right? You pull and then like the first one is a 5-star to like bait you in. But no, I just got the 1 PT Mona. And outside of that, I had like I had another 6 PT Mona. But that's a loss. Then a 5 PT Diluc loss. 9 PT Tinari loss. All the earlys are like... Oh yeah, this one. This Durin 9 PT was actually... I mean, it was a guarantee, I guess. On standard, I had a 3 PT Jin as well. But overall, considering I've done like almost 8,000 pull by now, or 8,000 pulls by now, I really like my averages are pretty bad. 67 average PT is way like above average. 63 is average, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, the 5-star rate should be 1.6, not 1.5. Even higher than, actually no, yeah, 1.6. So my luck is pretty bad altogether. And yeah, my recent pulls for Nicole weren't. Actually, yeah, I had an early PT Diluc loss, but 2 losses in a row. I'm also stacking up the capturing radiance at this point. A hunter?
待ってくれ、説明するから。私はブルーね。アリスの友達だ。そう、友達。彼女に呼ばれてとある魔女関連の事件を処理しにこっちへ来たのだ。
Oh, she's being smart about this. She doesn't have just like blind rage towards anything related with the mages. She's trying to trick us. So that she can backstab Alice later, or backstab us, or whatever. You lost the last 3 50-50s in a row. Will Radiance be guaranteed? Yes. Can you just win the 50-50 and only lose one? No. It will always appear. At this point, I'm pretty sure. Based on my experience and what I have seen from others, I think it always triggers when you have it guaranteed.
でもちょっとした不可抗力で連絡が取れなくなっちゃってだからこいつが魔女の行方を聞いて回ってるっていう変な子供か
Doesn't only appear if the 50-50 would have been lost. I think it always appears. But like, I'm not 100% sure, I'm like 80% sure it always pops up. I haven't seen it not pop up after 3 losses. Looks like it.
全部聞こえてるぞそういう目で見るのはやめろ私は怪しい子供
No,
じ
the
ゃないんだ
guarantee is a guarantee. It will never appear there.
専門的な調査で忙しかっただけでとにかくアリスとは知り合いなのだぞ本当かなんでそんなしどろもどろなんだよ信じてないなほらこれはアリスがくれたやつだ全部魔女の道具なのだ君ならこの道具から漂う魔法の気配を感じ取れるんじゃないか
Is that Dango milk?
鈴にハンマーそれから一冊のボロボロの本見た目は確かに普通じゃなさそうだけど魔女のセンスっぽくはない気がするぞ変だな魔女の道具を知らないのはともかくこのソロン派の古典的な教本がわからないなんて
Crazy HP build on Nilo. Yeah, that's a lot of max HP. Oh, only R1 key. Gotta go for the R5 for the highest HP percent. For bloom damage, it matters more than Nilu's own guns. But yeah, that is a lot of HP. Although, your HP percent subs are not that amazing, actually. Yeah, you know what? That's actually not even that much HP. Yeah, now that I look at it again, you have 2 HP percent rolls here, 1 HP percent roll here, and then 1 flat HP here. Yeah, this is actually kind of garbage when it comes to just HP maxing. You do have some crit, which is good with C6. But yeah, this is not a lot of HP for Nilu. It's 4-piece. Oh yeah! It is 4-piece Vurukasia. You should just go 2-piece HP when HP maxing. How is this top 1%? I guess just like C6 with the crit. The crit ups are. But it doesn't have that much crit either. Yeah, how is this top 1%? I guess nobody has like C6 Nilu to qualify for the leaderboard. The hat is good. The hat is good.
巷の噂じゃ、金色の旅人のそばにいる小さな旅の仲間はスメール教霊院に関する知識に対する造形が深くて
They bring up the Paimon studies for the second time.
これは80年前のとっても貴重な古典中の古典なのに。それってオイラのことか？世間のオイラへの評価ってそんなに高かったんだな。くはん。確かにいいものだな。さっきは言いそびれたけどさ。うわぁ、この鈴なんでいきなり鳴り出したんだ？理論上は局地性異常魔力波動を感知したからのはず。
I actually love the Sandrone outfit. It's like the meme with like the guy standing up. I mean the colors are like way better. I think like everybody can agree on that. And I actually like the new skirt more as well. That's the more controversial part. So yeah, I love her design. I love robot mates. Inefa, Sandrone, and then Hana, Poppy from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Robot mates are like my favorite character archetype. So yeah, I do really like Sandrone's new design. Morning Polonia. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, but he was a bit too much of a brick. It wouldn't really look good in motion. Like, in order to have Sandrone actually, because you want to actually see Sandrone during gameplay, right? And if we just took the same thing she has with the new robot, but with Polonia, the angles would need to be very weird, and Polonia would take up half of your screen, and he would like need to be sideways so that you could actually see Sandrone at all. So yeah, either you wouldn't see your enemies at all, or you wouldn't see Sandrone, and both are pretty scuffed. But let's focus on the quest a bit. I want to at least do like the first part today. I appreciate the engagement in chat, but I do need to do the story quests, the like event quest.
簡単に言えば尋常じゃない力が近くに湧いてるってことなのだ。どれだけ間違えたかわからないけど、今度こそきっと魔女だ。なんだよそれ、わけわかんなくなってきたぞ。魔女が近くにいるってことか？とにかくついてきてくれれば、私が嘘はついてないってことすぐにわかるのだ。
She left her hammer. And they just even left here after the cutscene or after the dialogue. You can take a look at it later. But if you are wondering who did they redesign her for, it was me. They did it for me.
急ぎすぎてハンマーを忘れてきちゃったのだ。
Oh, I killed it too quickly.
さすがだぜ。すごい速さで対処したな。噂通り規格外の強さだな。助けてくれてありがとう。さっきは無茶して悪かったのだ。本当に嘘はついてないのだぞ。アリスが言ってたのだ。鈴が鳴れば魔女が出てくるかもって。ただ、こんなに確率が低いとは思わなくて。
Have a nice meal as well, Alexander.
お前を信じるぞ。アリスの道具なら確かに予想もつかない機能がありそうだし、そのことは身をもって知ってるもんな。
I'm sure Alice was telling the truth, but probably not the whole truth. Hello, Ronan.
やっぱりそうだと思った。な、見てみろよ。ここにカードがあるぞ。
The Angry Boar.
空想の友達がいる子供たちへ、一緒にすごくいいことをしませんか。どう大王を見つけてください。イノシシも書いてあるな。あ、まさか噂の暴れ回ってるイノシシのことか。またあいつの陰謀か。なんだって。悪いやつの陰謀じゃないかと疑ってるのだ。子供に馴染みのあるものを使って誘い出そうとしてるかも。空想の友達を利用して罠にかけるなんて恥知らずな人でなしが絶対に許せないのだ。そんなに悪いやつなのか。ひどすぎるぞ。オイラたちも放っておけないぜ。
Let's do something first. Could be a misunderstanding, but if not, we'll make them pay.
ってまたかよ。また魔物だったりしないよな。前のこともあるし、慎重になるのも無理ない。ついてくるかどうかは君たちが決めることだ。どうする？でも、一人でここに置いてくわけにもいかないよな。
Let's follow. Oops, oh, my skill is on cooldown. I want to use my skill to... Oh, I'm gonna take like 80% of my HP as fall damage.
魔女の拠点なのだ。今度こそ間違いない。
Yeah, but the most random collection
突撃全部とかーん。
of items.
吹き飛べ全部吹き飛ばしちゃ
Clee, watch out!
噂は本当だったんだな。暴れ回ってるイノシシがまさか喋れるなんてな。しかも言ってることが怖すぎるだろう。一体何を吹き飛ばすつもりなんだ。クレイの言ってることは怖くないのか。あれ、英雄騎士のお兄ちゃんにパイモンちゃん、それにプルーネお姉ちゃんも。お前たち知り合いだったのか。うん、プルーネお姉ちゃんこの前モンドに引っ越してきたばかりなんだよ。よくクレイと火あぶりして遊ぶんな。クレイお姉ちゃん大好き。火あぶり。クレイ、もう勝手に人に言わないって約束しただろ。
What did you do to Clee?
君たちが思ってるようなのとは違うぞ。クイズに答えたら焼き菓子が食べられるゲームのことだ。そんなゲームがあるのか。おいらもやりたいぞ。じゃあ次はパイモンちゃんも一緒ね。いっぱいいたら火も大きくなって きっともっと賑やかになるよ。
Wait, I want to check the Japanese word they used. Was it like hiaburi? Oh, yeah, in Japanese, the like answer or you are toast game was called hiaburi, which is burning at the stake or burning to death. So that's why Paimon was so surprised at like, what are you doing to what are you doing to Klee? In English, it didn't have the same impact because like answer or you are toast. Like this doesn't sound dangerous, right? But burning somebody at the stake sounds dangerous. And that's why we are like, what? And what did you do to Klee? This makes more sense. Chinese is probably closer to the Japanese one as well, I would imagine. And she once again talks about making a bigger fire to burn more witches.
そんなことはどうでもいいのだ。どうしてクレイがこんなとこにいるんだ？こいつに怪我とかさせられてないか？こいつじゃなくてポップコーンだよ。クレイの新しいお友達なの。一緒に遊んでただけだもん。クレイのこと傷つけたりしないよ。待てよ。こいつこのカードに書いてあるのと同じだぞ。これはどうだよの書いたお助けカードだよ。この任務はもう魔女会が持ってっちゃったけど。魔女会？クレイ、魔女たちはどこにいるのだ？教えてくれないか？いいよ。アジトにいるから呼んでくる。ビューンって言ってすぐ戻ってくるね。
I will just go get the witches.
な、言っただろ。今回は絶対に間違いなしだ。魔女はやっぱり近くにいる。魔物じゃなくて魔女なのに、なんで戦闘態勢に入ってるんだよ。君は分かってないのだ。来たよ。小さな魔女会、登場。
And they are here. The full squad. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, and Chi-Chi getting buffed next patch. Oh, I'm so happy for her, man. I've always loved Chi-Chi, but she was so irredeemably useless. Like in 1.0, at least, she was like a healer. So if you were just doing overworld, you could use her to run around. But by the time I got her, it was like Inazuma. By then, you needed a bit more damage.
「みんなで相談したんだけど、ヨーヨちゃんが小さな魔女会がいいって。みんなまだ大人じゃないから。なに？小さな魔女会ってどういうことだ？そんな話聞いてないぞ。クレイが作った小さな魔女会だよ。クレイは小さな魔女なの。
Klee, Spark Knight, Dodoko's best friend, Mondstadt's rising graffiti artist, etc. And always, the bestest, sweetest and cutest child, says mom. That's so cute.
二人ともまた会えたね。すっごく嬉しい。二人と会えた時はいつも絶対いいことが起きるんだよ。クレイちゃんからアジトに新しいお友達が来たって聞いたよ。改めて自己紹介をしなくちゃね。小さな魔女のヨーヨだよ。リーレイから来たの。最近小さな魔女会に入ったばかりだけど、よろしくね。
Yo yo, little grown up with a big heart. Radish cooking prodigy? Idiom whiz, occasionally creative interpretations aside, etc. And also the youngest and strongest of Streetward Rumbler's disciples.
ああ、よろしくなのだ。
Pron's so confused.
ほら、ナナ、焦らなくていいから、さっきの稽古通りにするんですよ。さあ、なんて言うか覚えてる？うん。ナナは小さな魔女。ノートにそう書いてある。
Chichi, Scratcher of the White Horse Adeptus's Chariot, already forgot about it. Calisthenics Master, Icy Nippy Little Hands, etc. And last but not least, 7th place at the Yijing Terrace Memory Games. Nothing about her being wait, what was her adeptal name again? The Memory Preserver or something? She's an Adeptus.
旅人とパイモンはずっと心の中にいる。書かなくても覚えられる。
Aww.
新しい友達、新しい顔、頑張って覚える。
Man, I'm gonna main Gigi so hard after she gets buffed.
節の番か？久方ぶりだな、二人とも。新たな友人をよろしく頼む。小さな魔女、さゆ参上だ。
Sayu, Ninjutsu Grandmaster Escape Artist, expert in efficient napping and growth studies, the soul behind the Muji Muji Daruma, etc. And also the most promising ninja of Shumatsuban. So yeah, all the others like get the like titles actually at the bottom, where Yao Yao is actually the student of whoa.
ちびっこじゃなくて小さな魔女たちよろしくなのだ。プルーネでいいぞ。
So Yao Yao got like that she's the Street Summer's disciple, Klee that she's Alice's daughter, and Sayu that she's from the Shumatsuban. But why didn't Chichi get her adeptal title? A little Hexenzirkel, that's so cute!
アリスやニコと同じ登場魔法まであるなんてなかなか様になってるな。
Introduction
ママは
magic.
すごい大魔女だからクレイはすごい小さな魔女なんだよ。
Klee actually made them herself?
お前が近くに魔女がいるって言ってたのはその小さな魔女のことだったのか？もちろんだ。小さな魔女だって魔女だからな。アリスの指示か？じゃあこいつらもしかして魔女界の手先か？ブルーネお姉ちゃんはいい人だよ。クレイのお友達だもん。ママも言ってたよ。ブルーネお姉ちゃんはママのお友達だって。友達？君のママも本当にそう言ってたのか？なんでこんなにびっくりしてるんだ？さっき自分でアリスとは友達だって言ってたよな。パイモンちゃんとブルーネお姉ちゃんも小さな魔女界に入らない？ヨーヨたちの仲間になろうよ。アジトのお菓子やおもちゃを一緒に分けっこしよう。ママが作った登場の魔法もあるよ。ママが言ってた。クレイもママみたいにこの綺麗な魔法を他の小さな魔女にかけてあげられるんだよ。
I love that introduction magic is canon.
ママごと遊びはとっくに卒業したのだ。お菓子食べ放題も最高だけど登場魔法は何回見てもかっこいいよな。お前もそう思うだろ？
Sounds like Paimon's in.
待ってくれ。おいらまだ心の準備が。アリスは人にいろんな試練を与えるのが大好きだろ？もしかしたらクレイもそこを受け継いでるかもしれないじゃないか。自信満々で参加して試練を突破できなかったら笑い物になっちゃうぞ。
Don't worry, you have me. We'll make a little witch out of you yet.
なあ、どんな試練を乗り越えたら小さな魔女会に参加できるんだ？クレイに誘われたならあとは同意すれば加入できるぞ。セツたちもそうだった。うん、そうだよ。意外と簡単だな。当たり前なのだ。子供の世界はシンプルなもの。複雑なルールは退屈な大人が勝手に作るのだ。よし、じゃあこれでオイラは小さな魔女ってことか？オイラの登場魔法はどんな感じになるんだろうな。楽しみだぞ。ママが言ってた。登場魔法はとっても大事な第一印象になるから
小さな魔女のことをよく知ってる人に先に考えてもらうのがいいんだって。心の中で考えるだけでいいの。それからクレイと手をつないで、そうすれば魔法が伝わるよ。
Let me decide then.
ひひ、オイラのことを一番よく知ってるのはやっぱりお前だよな。それじゃ頼んだぞ。気になるぜ。お前の中でオイラはどんな小さな魔女なんだ？
Do these matter as choices? Cute and adorable beyond compare.
パイモンちゃん、手を伸ばして。できた。小さな魔女パイモンちゃん、自己紹介してみて。
もういいのか？やってみるぜ。ほほん。みんな、オイラは小さな魔女パイモンだぞ。
Oh, that's so cute. Paimon, the white whirlwind sweeping the dining table, master of terrible nicknames, tiny body, titanic rank, owner of many titles, etc. And no matter what happens, Paimon, the best traveler companion ever. Aww. I love that Paimon is part of Little Hexenzirkel as well.
一件落着ってことで、小さな魔女のみんな、そろそろ本題に入らないか？あいつは一体何なんだ？さっきクレイが小さな魔女会は任務を受けたって言ってたよな。オイラも今は小さな魔女会の一員なんだから、ちゃんと状況を把握しとかないとだぞ。オイラたちに詳しく教えてくれないか？
ポップコーンの件は複雑だ。話すと長くなるし、ずっと立っているのもなんだ。どこか座れる場所を探そう。わーい、じゃあお茶会にしよう。お茶会ならいっぱいお話しするのにぴったりだもん。いい考えだね。ヨーヨー、お茶会のお菓子と点心を準備してくるよ。説は椅子を並べよう。クレイはおもちゃを選んでくる。お茶会しながらみんなで遊ぶんだ。おお。ナナも一緒に行こう。好きなのを選んでいいよ。
This is all so cute when I'm
ブル
melting.
ーネお姉ちゃん、このアジトには好きに遊びに来ていいよ。小さな魔女会が歓迎するからね。
まあいいか。どこかで本でも読みながら待つとするのだ。
Oh, and all of these are so cute as well.
"武器は普段からいたわってやることだ。でないといざという時にそっぽを向かれちまうぞ。
Oh my god, like 15 new quests. And every activity has its own quest. So I guess talk to everybody then. I will just grab these. The seagrass first. Wait, where did the crab go? Oh, it's gone.
クレイ、おもちゃは選べたか？
うん、ママが作ってくれた魔法のおもちゃだよ。ドドコと一緒に爆弾を投げっこできるの。他の小さな魔女と一緒に爆弾を投げるんだ。
爆弾投げだって？ダメに決まってるだろ。危なすぎるぞ。
安心して、危なくないよ。魔法のおもちゃの中ならボンボン爆弾は爆発しないの。ママも自由に遊んでいいって言ってたし、反省室行きにもならないよ。英雄騎士のお兄ちゃんとパイモンちゃんも一緒に遊ぼう。今回ドドコも一緒に遊びに来たんだけど、二人に会ってみたいって言ってたよ。
え、ドドコならクレイ とずっと一緒にいるだろ？もうとっくに会ってるじゃないか。
違うよ。ドドコの一族にはたくさんのドドコがいて、クレイみたいに外で大冒険するのが大好きなドドコもいるんだよ。別のところに住んでて、まだみんなと会ったことのないドドコもいるの。
別のところ？
ブルーネお姉ちゃんがモンドで絵本を見せてくれたの。そこは子供たちの空想の世界で、ドドコはクレイの空想のお友達だって書いてあったよ。でもママはどこにいてもドドコを呼んで一緒に遊ばせてくれるの。それで今回は魔法のおもちゃの中にドドコを呼んでくれたんだ。
今までもいろんな姿のドドコを見てきたけど、やっぱり不思議だな。
Nothing like a bit of magic, huh?
栄誉騎士のお兄ちゃん、ドドコと一緒に爆弾投げっこしてくれる？
Should I do this now? Usually I prefer doing all the story first and then the activities, but I can't say no to Klee. During the Dodoko's Bomb Rally Ruckus, you can help Klee pass the Jumpty Dumpty to all her Dodoko companions. After you have passed the Jumpty Dumpty, you will start the next pass from the position where the Jumpty Dumpty is currently located. Oh, that's golf! There will be positive zones and negative zones on the field. When hit, they will trigger corresponding effects or grant super D-duper items that you can use at your discretion. Once triggered, they cannot be triggered again for 2 rounds. Each pass will be counted. If you only trigger a positive zone, your pass count will be reduced by 1. If you only trigger a negative zone, your pass count will be increased by 1. The fewer passes used to clear the challenge, the higher your final score. If you accidentally pass Jumpty Dumpties over the zones where Wizard Thieves are active, sink waters, or an out-of-bounds area, this pass will be invalid, and the Jumpty Dumpty will be sent back to the start of your pass. Let's try one. He changed it to her go-to adventure outfit, aka default skin. Whoa. You can select the power for your various pass distances. When preparing to pass, you can adjust the direction and power you will use. Using a power from 0 to 10 will cause the Jumpty Dumpty to slide across the ground, or using greater power will cause Jumpty Dumpty to fly out in a projectile arc. After Jumpty Dumpty reach their predicted endpoints, they will continue to slide or bounce a certain distance forward. Distance will increase in line with the passing power used. Equip wondrous items to help you. Provides a more lenient range for accuracy control, making it easier to land a perfect pass. Once you are ready, the next step is... So I guess I go for this? Wasn't this a negative zone? Oh, and negative zones are good? Or no, positive zones are good, so these are good and these are bad? The amount of power required to pass the ball to your Dodoko friends, positive zones or negative zones will be marked out on your power scale bar. After you begin your pass, the needle will start moving from left to right. Press the button when the needle reaches the corresponding position to lock in on your passing force. If the needle reaches the far right hand side of the scale before you press the button, the greatest possible passing power will be used by default. Once the needle reaches the far right hand of the scale, it will immediately reverse direction, moving from right to left instead. At this point, the scale is displaying pass accuracy. Press the button when the needle is in the center of the accuracy bar to keep the Jumpty Dumpty's landing as close as to the expected landing point as possible. If the needle reaches the far left hand side of the scale before you press the button, the greatest possible deviation will occur. Okay. I think I did the right thing. I can use the mouse. I'm a bit more precise this way. So we go like full power for this guy. It might not be enough actually still. So, wait, these zones are bad and these zones are good, right? Oh no, this is a positive zone and this is a negative zone, so these ones are good. So I want to end on one of these. So I guess I want to go here. Oh, I only have one more of these. I have a limited number of these. So maybe we don't want to use it yet. That's actually fairly engaging. Better than fishing. Oh, I overshot! Wait, what? How did I overshoot? Excuse me, what? I thought it would stop there, but I guess because I used the largest power, it just continued bouncing. But I guess it's fine, because I got the zone. So I guess we shoot again, and I will just use the highest power, and we should reach anyways. Oh no, we overshot the guy! I thought the whirlwind would make it! Oh my god. So I need to use less power. I could also just like not go for it like in one go. I could shoot here first. I could like aim for this. Maybe that's a smarter idea. And just not go like all out. Just like stop right here or something. Oh yeah, exactly where I wanted to land. So now we just do a little tiny shot. Oh, but it might have been too tiny. Okay, it worked. Barely though. So now, maybe I just go straight there, like bam, 40. We should be able to reach this. We could even go straight for the guy. Let's go. YOLO. We don't need the item either. I guess we'll get one more anyways. Full power. Easy clap. Yeah, now we need to be more careful. If I go full power, we will overshoot quite a lot. We do have all the negative zones on the way, so we should be fine, but yeah. Is it like maybe 20 and full power? Maybe 30 and full power, and we should be fine with the bounces. Or almost full power. Actually, it says I need to be here to land here, but this will be like the first bounce, not the last one, right? I'll go like this. Oh, come on! Wither thieves will disappear from the field for 2 rounds. Oh, that could have been useful before. I should have shot slightly tougher, slightly more boom, more power. It's fine, didn't count anyways, because we went through a negative zone. So we did get 2. Instead of the minimum, which is like 1 every time. But it's fine. So I won't do more, because like, yeah, this will take the entire stream then. I'll check out the other activities as well. How many Primogems do I have now? Not quite enough.
また寝てるのかよ。疲れてるのか？
疲れた。椅子を運んで、またリオムジナに長い距離を走らせて、節、頑張ったから、ご褒美に寝ないと。
リオムジナ？料理の仲間か？
お利口の利で、料理の利じゃない。とっても利口な大ムジナなんだぞ。
おう、タヌキじゃないんだな。
リオムジナは、節の空想の友だ。普通は誰にも見えないから、主たちに正式に紹介したことはなかったな。
やっぱり子供にはみんな空想の友達がいるんだな。
子供扱いするな。背が伸びなくなりそうだ。節はもうすぐ一人前の忍者になるんだぞ。まあ、そのうちな。一人前になるまでは、友と二人で一人前でも問題あるまい。それに、みんなにはリオムジナが手伝ってる姿は見えないから、節がちゃんと一人前に見えているはずだ。
おう、一人前ってそういう使い方するものなのか？
Guess it's open to interpretation. I'm curious to see what Jenna looks like.
ふふん。気になるなら、この忍術装置を起動すれば、リオムジナと一緒に訓練ができるぞ。
Are you doing pretty great?
この頃、小さな魔女たちと遊ぶのに忙しくて、訓練任務が溜まってしまってな。
訓練任務？左右、オイラたちに手伝わせて自分はサボる気だろう。
違う、そうじゃない。これは師匠が去る前に節に残していった闘争訓練装置だ。見ての通り、節の闘争術はかなりのものになったぞ。自分の訓練はとっくに終わってる。別にサボってるわけじゃないぞ。でも、はあ、リオムジナのやつ、節より怠け者で、もう節の足についてこられそうにないんだ。逃げるときは一緒じゃないとダメなのに。それゆえ、今はリオムジナを鍛えねばなら
Paimon
ない。
doesn't buy this.
節がサボりたいのはそういうことで。
やっぱりサボってるんじゃないか。
Alright, we'll do it. In Jenna's Great Escape, you must guide the constantly advancing Jenna to switch lanes or perform jumps to dodge various obstacles and collect as many onigiri as possible. Jenna will lose vitality should she collide with obstacles while on the move, and you will fail once her vitality goes down to 0. We actually have multiple unique games. Usually we get like one unique game, and then like combat and something. Oh, she's so cute! Oh, it's so chunky! Speed up. Oh! Man, I lost a life at the very end. Psh, whatever. I think some research for the Dorin Nicole thing you were asking about, because people seem not to be able to decide. Decide on what? Crap! No, it's gone. Oh no, Nicole is gonna be much better than Fischl is. There's no way you got Severus first.
毎日お水を何杯飲むんだったお約束覚えてる
Severus has the best buffs in the team. Unless you just like are forsaking chlorine damage altogether. I don't think it's the cut. I'll get another glass of water.
ちょうどいいところに来たね。ねえ、二人はどんな味のお菓子が好き？甘いのか、しょっぱいのか。
ヒヒ、その答えはオイラのリュックにもお菓子を入れてきたから見てくれ。
お菓子は分ける。おもちゃも分ける。あげる。あ、これは竜雲おばちゃんが作ってくれた仕掛けだよ。面白い戦術が組み込まれてるの。
When Shavin, Fischl, and Durin are also too good to be replaced. I guess one thing about playing Nicole Fischl is that you can already, or rather playing Durin Fischl, you can already put the buffing set on Fischl, the 40% hex buff set. Ah, but if you play it on Fischl, Durin doesn't get buffed, so you need to play it on Durin. Like, that's the awkward part, right? You lose a bit of damage this way. Because if you play Nicole, you can play the buffing set on Nicole, and then she buffs both Chlorine, Electro, and Durin Pyro, because she's Pyro herself. If you play it on Fischl, you only buff Electro, so Durin doesn't get buffed, so that's terrible. So you need to play it on Durin, and then like he loses some potential damage because he's not on a DPS set anymore. I think like this would be the deciding factor here. Actually having a good wielder for the buffing set, whose name I don't remember.
たちが稲妻に来るって師匠から聞いたみたい。
Nicole cons are a bit better than Durin cons.
何回も言われちゃった。でね、ヨーヨたちが言いつけを忘れないように仕掛けを作ってくれたんだ。おばちゃん曰く楽しみながら学ぶのが一番効率がいいんだって。明るいうちにお家に帰る。タンタンとユエグエは一緒に歩く。ナナとヨーヨは手をつなぐ。その通り。偉いよナナ。全部覚えちゃったんだね。竜雲おばちゃんの戦術って本当にすごいんだよ。ヨーヨたちの空想のお友達もおばちゃんが作った秘境の中でなら自由に遊べるの。ナナの空想のお友達初めて見たよ。ナナと同じくらい可愛い山柄。名前はタンタンって。
ナナがなんであんなに山柄を気に入ってたのか分かった気がするぞ。
ユエーグエイ。仕掛けのユエーグエイと同じ。でも、ちょっと違う。
竜雲おばちゃんがユエーグエイをくれてから、いつの間にかユエーグエイはヨーヨの空想のお友達になってたけど、今ではユエーグエイもヨーヨもずいぶん成長したんだよ。
タンタンも太っちゃったけど、より高く飛べるようになった。
へえ、いいことじゃないか。空想の友達も現実の友達もお互いそばにいて成長してるんだな。
おしゃべりに夢中で用事を忘れちゃうところだった。お茶菓子すぐに用意するね。この仕掛けで暇つぶしでもしてて。
Sure, let's do it. In A Little Walk Home, travelers must guide Yegui over various obstacles to find its missing partner, Tuan, and return Tuan to Bubu Pharmacy, while picking up radishes along the way. In certain stages, Yegui will need to control special moving platforms to bypass special obstacles. Pedal mechanisms can be placed on the top and bottom of the moving platforms. By touching the pedals, Yegui can activate an end platform and cause it to move. Touching the pedals again while the platform is moving will not have any effect. Certain stages feature fragile platforms that crumble and disappear shortly after standing on them once, so take care not to stay on these platforms for too long. You will find geoslimes patrolling in certain stages, take care to avoid them. In certain stages you will also find obstacles in the paths of the moving platforms. These obstacles must be cleared for the moving platforms to pass. In some stages, oh my god, sturdy rock pillars will block your way. Pay attention to the grooves on set pillars and collect the corresponding number of geograna. This will allow you to destroy the pillars. We don't need to make a tutorial for every single mechanic. Oh, the Chichi Finch! You already... Boink? I love how it jumps! Such a chonker. Oh, now they're together. This is so cute, I'm dying, man. Let's gonna do one stage of each now. Wait, what do you mean A Little Walk Home quest complete? Oh, because that was the Chichi quest. Your Ashvale? Okay. Okay, so got Ashvale. Trace levels. Yeah, you never use the basics, so that's good. The skill. You definitely want to level this up. This has the Death Shred on it. So this is probably like the most important one to level up actually. More like his personal damage is in the other ones the follow-up attacks. But the Death Shred benefits the entire team. And the more Death Shred you have, the better it gets. So getting the 10 here is pretty important. Make sure to get Ace up. And then got the Light Cone, which is nice. 18 crit rate. And some damage bonus. Not a bad Light Cone. And then Duke and Duran. Yeah, if you're playing just Hypercarry, use him as a main DPS. I mean, he still gets the Death Shred. It's not like the Death Shred disappears when he is the main damage dealer. He benefits from it just like everybody else. So we want the extra 2%. The more Death Shred you have, the better it gets. So the later levels are more important than the earlier levels even. So where was I? Yeah, so Duran and the other buffing set are like within 1% of each other. Ideally you want somebody in your team to play the buffing set though. So like if in the future we get a main DPS, like a different main DPS for the Ashvale team, you'll definitely want the buffing set on him. And right now, if Ashvale is on Duran, which is fine, it's like pretty much the same personal damage wise, but you want to make sure somebody has the buffing set, somebody else in your team, because it's just a pretty premium effect to buff your entire team's crit damage. Only one attack percent sub is pretty bad, and then you only have 12 crit subs. And the speed, yeah, you don't really care about his speed all that much. He deals most of his damage outside of his turns anyways. So, like, 134 is the most you could realistically use, and you can even play 0 speed on him. You focused everything on speed subs, but yeah, like, when he skills he gets some extra energy, which is nice, but it's not the priority. Building him with speed is not the way. But like, you're gonna deal no damage, you have no crit subs. You have a total of 12 crit subs and 1 attack percent sub. This is like 0 damage. This speed is not worth it. I'm like 90% sure. He's 100 crit damage, yeah, but could be more, and you only have 78 crit rate. You don't get any crit rate from anything else here. Maybe if you have Sunday or something. But yeah, if you want him to move more often, play an advanced character like RMC or something, and then you can move more often. Or Sunday, sure. But yeah, this ain't it. You have no damage on the subs. I'm pretty sure this is not how you are supposed to play Ashvale, ideally. Even as a main DPS. Or especially as a main DPS. I think just focusing on damage will give you way better results. What was you seen call for high speed? Intriguing.
元素反応でダメージバフを得る。つまり策さえ練れば魔女相手にも勝てなくはないな。さっきの氷のトリックフラワーは典型的な擬態植物の魔物だ。魔女が差し向けた魔物ではなさそうだった。とはいえ旅人の身のこなしは参考になった。血潜りとか氷のトゲに対抗するには立ち回りが大事なのだな。あそこら辺の技についてもメモっておくか。魔女狩り演習会第16個完成なのだ。ブルーね、何書いてるんだ？ああ、びっくりした。どうして足音がしなかったんだ？飛んでるからな。今の全部聞いてたか？
Something about hunting training?
それじゃあ今からちゃんと説明するけど驚かないでほしいのだ。アリスが私にくれた本に何枚か原稿用紙が挟まってたのだ。紙に書かれた内容を幻想の筆境の中に再現できるとっても不思議な魔法がかかってるやつなのだ。想像できないだろうな。そうだな。人間が童話の本の中の世界に入れるようなものだと思ってくれればいい。ああ、シムランカのことだろ。それならオイラたちとっくに行ったことあるぞ。シム？初めて聞いたぞ。まさか実際に入れる童話の本があるんじゃないだろうな。で、プルーネはどんな童話を書いたんだ？オイラたちも中に入って見れるのか？原稿用紙はこれだけなのだぞ。非現実的なことなんかに使うより自分磨きに使った方が有意義だ。教材のハンドブックを独学で読み終えた後、戦闘訓練計画を立てたのだ。いつかきっと私の手でアリスを倒してみせる。お？アリスとは友達なんじゃなかったのか？ なんで倒そうとしてるんだ？まずい、口が滑った。なるほど。隠し通せそうにないぞ。お前たちすっごく仲のいい友達なんだな。こいつにもそういう
Oh, I
友
didn't
達が
get
い
the
ると
screenshot.
好きさえあればすぐ手合わせに誘ってくるやつがさ。なんたってこいつは有名な旅人だからな。プルーネも武芸を磨きたいんだったらこいつに頼むのもありだぞ。
Oh, the traveler experience are so good. Who is always challenging us to a sparring match whenever there is a chance? Who is that? Yeah, Ashmir does get a lot of crit damage from his passives. Volunteering me for things again, Paimon.
確かにわざわざ隠れて技を盗まなくても生きた達人に直接教えてもらった方が早いかも。訓練に付き合ってくれないか？君が実演してくれたらきっと参考になるのだ。
Alright, I will show you what I've got. In Fantasy Realm Performance, travelers will need to first complete the training program, complete training objectives to obtain Witch Hunter momentum, then defeat opponents during the Witch Hunter performance to earn points. You receive only Witch Hunter momentum and not points when you defeat opponents during the training program. The Witch Hunter performance begins after training concludes or all training objectives have been met. Some opponents will exhibit special characteristics during training. During the Witch Hunter performance, characters can consume Witch Hunter momentum to gain Witch Hunter boons and extend the performance duration. Oh no, duration? Defeat opponents during this stage to score points. Once your Witch Hunter momentum has been exhausted, you must undergo the training program again. The challenge will end once you have completed 2 rounds of the Witch Hunter performance. Oh boy, sounds like a pain to be honest. Use geo damage to break through the enemy's ward. During the training, enemies are defeated as soon as they lose their wards. So you're supposed to play Zhongli here. The best ward breaker. And here, yeah, here just plays Ibai. I can click preset teams, let's go. Oh wait, I don't have a preset Lunar Crystallized team anyways. Welp. Oh my. Guess that didn't help too much. Iluga. No. Like this. And then here we can just like slap random geos. I mean, I can use my own. Doesn't matter. Maybe Albedo as well. And then some Claymore, Noel, to beat the shields up.
Sake. 任せてください。騎士の風格に気をつけます。助けがや
岩山八九天道万象。
Nice. Was pretty fast.
三月よ輝け。ご挨拶します。
Oh, I shouldn't have
お望
pressed
み
it.
どうに。
I forgot.
あの光。いや調子に乗ら
Oh
ない
my
で。
god, bro.
行け。はっそれ。そこ払い清めましょう。雨上がり。ルリーが月を映す。はっせ。
満ちて今宵月をさ。なめないでください。
今だ。灯火のもとに。 行け。価格守りし先行よ。来たれ。はは。と。は。
移して。
Kind of intriguing with the like swaps. I don't know if I like it, but it's interesting.
疑似用
岩の重さは安心できます。メイドの礼儀に気をつけます。
岩山八九
やっふっやっやっ
I probably should have used GMC for more constructs.
満ちて新月が来る。
光の裁きを
た。や。は。や。行け。そこ。はは。洞察と知恵の律令を生む。や。行け。
流れて三月よ。輝く。
頼んだよ黎明の光を
片付けましょう。ふんと。はは。価格守りし先行よ。来たれ。洗い清めましょう。や。そこ。行け。さ。
満ちて。
I kinda overshot the points a bit. I probably would have been able to just exit sooner. But this wasn't a bad combat event. Better than most of the others we got recently, where like the special phase was just not even playing the game. Hey, so I think we'll have to leave the Witch's Tea Party for later, actually. Already an event task for the first day thingy. Oh, we also got some gifts. 300 Primo Gems. Or 30 Primo Gems, why did I say 300? And yeah, all of these have bonus stages. But we'll have to do that later, unfortunately. Oh, I'm like so close. If I do like one more stage of one of these, but yeah, I mean, no time today, no time today anymore. We gotta do Genshin and call it a day. I'll just grab these plants. Plants are important. Primo Gems can wait, the plants cannot. Do I want to do anything else today? There is the Witch's Lodge exploration, but I should be okay as long as I do it like this week, right? Is this even a weekly thingy or is it daily? It should be weekly, right? The transmuter, and there we have new dictionary quests, but that all has to wait. Oh wait, I have achievements. Oh wait, that's exactly enough. Is it? No, I will be like 4 short. Oh no. Because I need like 35, and this is 30. Don't break the wall. Through the reed fields on Antu Aru to conquer the depths. The Kalpa flame ravages all, and truth amongst the pages of Purana. Oh, that's so infuriating. I'm 4 Primo Gems away. It is what it is. I mean, the Primo Gems are not gonna run away anywhere. Or anything. Oh yeah, one thing I should do as well is pay a visit to the teapot. Or not teapot, but this thing rather. Columbina! That's a Columbina, alright. Let's go here and I can already start doing Genshin in the meantime. as we are loading in here. HP scaler from way above 3.4. Shiguin? She's an HP scaler though, I did remember. Wait, still above. Only one Aparo. So HP scaling Hydro Dahlia, right? Easy. I like the Ascension stats because that's something I actually know most for most characters. Unlike which book they use or something, which there are a lot of characters where I don't really know this. Kizoku tachi no furui shikatari nante. Oh, the old customs of the nobility. Gotta be Eula. Don't have to read everything. Let's go. Wait, let me start the AFK stage. This looks like Nilo. Easy. Robot? Inafa. Please be Inafa. No! That's Fremine. Man. If they went snorkeling first, I would go Fremine first, and I would have had a triple one-shot. Okay, Shanja from below 2.5, but we only have one down arrow. Whatever's claiming the reward in Miliastra. Only one down arrow means it's somebody like from around the time of Fei Xiao. Or actually late 1.x maybe. Could be 1.5. Because what was before Fei Xiao? Was Jojo before Fei Xiao? Maybe. Yeah, he was. Shigotoって疲れるものね。今日はもう喋りたくないから業務提携のことはまた明日にしてちょうだい。So yeah, work is tiring. Today I don't want to like yap anymore. So let's talk about the business partnerships tomorrow. Topaz? Aventurine? Jade? Jade, okay. We went through all the stone hearts. The final one was the right one. Maybe this is like an Axa? Tribi? What is this, bro? Keridra? Bloom Elysium of Beyond. Kirene? It is, nice. Sword. Gotta go with the Yan King. What is this supposed to mean even? I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. Wind Sword? Gifted Heart? Tanning or something? Bomb? Oh, it's Sampo's box. Yeah, that's what it means. But why the sword, bro? He has like a thingy. He has a weird like crescent knife, whatever. Oh wait, also this is my like 100th win on this, right? 100 win streak on the modes where I haven't lost yet. So the emoji and the normal mode of everything. And I have lost on the other ones. Oh, here I'm one behind because I like, forgot to do it one time. Apparently. Lycon. Arena. Easy 100 win streak. Okay, am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Oh, if I wanted extra Primo Gems, I could have done this. I could have equipped one of the skins on my mannequin to get the 60. Oh, we could do a trial. You know what? I want to do a 10 pull. Let's do just one trial. I don't need to read Durin's thingy.
物語は始まったばかりだよ。
Oh no, I used them in the wrong order. Oh my god, I'm cooked. Because normally you do E burst E instead of EE burst. But the tutorial wants you to do EE burst.
腐食神聖
I need to wait for the cooldown. Yeah, if you are doing skill mode Durin, support Durin, you do E burst E. It's slightly faster this way. Because if you do E burst E, you can like E and then instantly burst, and you kinda cut the first animation. So E burst E is better than burst E, it's just strictly better.
下がって影燃やし尽くす
It doesn't, like, there is barely a difference, it's like a fraction of a second, but it's better. Right? Because if I can press E and then instantly burst, and I don't have to watch the first animation, right? I cut the first animation.
さっきみんながそばにいてくれるわ
火力全開ボンボン爆弾
So it's not like you are cooked if you don't do this kind of thing, but it's a small optimization that you want to do.
やいやおおはじけ
It's like E burst, right? It was like
始まった
immediate.
ばかりだよ
It's one extra animation you have to watch.
疑似ようか
ドッカー花火
So you should be doing that. You can't do it with Dark Durin, because you need to actually do the basic, otherwise you enter the wrong ult, so you actually need to always go E basic ult with Dark Durin. But with White Durin you do E first. The first E first. Unless it's like still on cooldown or something. Okay, 10 pull to end the day. I think I'm on... Oh, thank you very much, Baby Sinbad, for the resub. I really appreciate it. I mean, it's not advanced tech. You just press the E first instead of the burst first. You click the same buttons just in a different order. There is nothing like mystical about this. It's not like learning Mowuika combos. So we are on 26 PT. This will be 36. Let's see. Can we get a another prune or another Nicole? It's not another Nicole. Let's see, do we get the prune? It's guaranteed to be a character because I got a weapon last time. I mean, prune is great, but now I don't have any more reason to pull for for Nicole cons. I can't like, I don't have an excuse to pull for Nicole cons. That's unfortunate. Because now, like, I have a guarantee 36 PT. I mean, there is Lochen first, anyways. We are pulling Lochen first. I'm gonna be a big Lochen enjoyer. People kinda, there is like this Lochen erasure. People are talking as if Sandrone is directly after Nicole. You think this is the Twitch reset, but you don't know how to use it? When you click sub, there is like a little checkbox you have to click. And that's it. Lochen will be like my most played character, man. To max out my Durin. I do like Prune as well, though. Crane's echoing call. So maybe we stop here. I mean, if he would be standard, it would be cool, but I would pull him here anyways. The only difference is that I won't get his cons for free in the future. But I will still get him either way. Would have pulled it all the same. So, thank you everybody very much for watching. But this will be the end of the stream for today. I do have a stream almost every day at 8 PM CST, which is 3 hours before now. You can join the Discord server to get stream notifications and the like. Tomorrow I think I'll be playing some Star. Oh yeah, I will post the stream schedule for the next week. I kind of forgot to do it today or yesterday, but I will try to do it before the next stream. Should be Star tomorrow and then Genshin on Wednesday. New Stygian is coming. Will probably mostly be just farming artifacts. I will use all my fragiles. Like I will maybe like leave 5 of them or so. Like I don't like having a totally empty tank, but we'll use like 30 fragiles, 3 transients, and 5 condensed and 200 resin, all on the Stygian ley lines. And then maybe I will try some bosses as well. We'll see. Probably not. Probably I will just keep doing the event. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.